I apologize, I just dropped the board. Let me just start over. Hey there, it's Kate. Today I'm gonna be talking about The Snow Child by Eowyn Ivey. So I just finished this book last night. I can't stop thinking about it. So before reading this book, I just finished reading the Harry Potter series for the first time. So, I mean, if you've read them, you know the kind of feeling that you have after you finish it. It's kind of like you're empty, you can't do anything else with your life now. Your life is over, you see? That was the feeling I had. So I read this book to try to end the feeling. And all it did was make it worse, because now it's just increased my lack of feeling. I mean, at first I was messed up because of Harry Potter, but then now I'm just messed up even more because this book was amazing and I don't know what to do with myself just furthermore. So after this, I'll be getting on with some Harry Potter fan fiction to try and alleviate my pain. Okay, that's not what this video is about. So this video, I'm going to be reviewing The Snow Child by Eowyn Ivey, which is an amazing, amazing book. So going into it, I'll tell you, I give it 5 stars because it was amazing and I loved it. And the best way to describe this book, in my opinion, would be a quiet triumph. That sounded dumb. A quiet triumph. That still sounded dumb. Those are the best words I could find to describe it, because it's mysterious and whimsical in the best way, and heartbreaking. Very heartbreaking. Going into this book, if you're gonna read this book, you have to know that it's a very slow and descriptive book. So I know a lot of people don't like that kind of writing where it goes into descriptions very deep, and there's not a lot of action. There's not a lot of action at all. It's very slow, but it makes sense because it's an Alaskan homestead. It's not gonna be, you know, action everywhere. It's a very quiet life. Actually, let me begin with a summary. That will be a better idea. So this book is about a couple named Jack and Mabel who are unable to have a child. They move to the Alaskan homestead, or the Alaskan frontier, in an attempt to escape from their families and just start something new. So Jack and Mabel make a snow child, you know, a snowman. They make a child out of snow, the first snow of winter. And then the next day, the child is gone, the snow child, the snowman they built, it is gone, and so are the mittens that they put on it and everything. But then, ever since that day, there's a girl in the forest who just looks at them. And they can see her, but she won't talk to them. And it's a little bit like Frosty the Snowman. This book has such an amazing setting. Like I said, it's very descriptive, so the setting is very strong and it's very tangible. When I read it, I felt like I was in Alaska and I was in the woods and I was in their cabin. It was amazing and I really, really love that about this book. And it's super mysterious, so it's kind of like a mystery in nature. They have this family who lives, and they're technically their neighbors, but they don't have very many neighbors. Their name is the Bensons, and they are so great as characters. I really, really love them. They're very lively and hilarious. They're very fun to read about. Jack and Mabel have so much depth to them. There's so much character development throughout the book that it's crazy, and you don't realize it because the book takes place over like a long period of time. So Jack and Mabel have a long time to develop, and the thing is that at the beginning of the book they're already really old. They are not young. That's one thing to know. Jack and Mabel are old. They are, I mean, it never mentions an age, but they are probably in their 50s or 60s at the beginning of the book. That's my guess. And by the end they have white hair. And there was this one line that was repeated, but it was switched. And I noticed it. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but there's this one line at the beginning of the book where Mabel says, "Are we?" as if like questioning what Jack said. And then near the end of the book, Jack said, "Are we?" as if questioning what Mabel said. And I thought that was so cool that Eowyn did that. I mean, the author did that. The writing for this book is so beautiful. It is just, as I said, very descriptive, and it just flows so nicely. I loved it so much. probably one of the most beautifully written books that I've ever read. So when Jack and Mabel or anyone is talking to Faina is the name of the snow girl, there's no quotation marks ever, and that was so cool to me. It was just really awesome because I feel like it gives Faina this light and whimsical quality, and it makes you question whether or not the conversation is actually taking place. And it's really, really interesting. I love that. Faina herself, the snow girl, I know that's a weird way to pronounce it. I mean, it looks like Faina, but I mean, it gives little syllable things in one page in the book, and it's Faina, so that's interesting to me. But anyway, she's so naive, but so independent at the same time. She lives on her own in the woods, but at the same time, she doesn't know anything about the way that Jack and Mabel live. There's an innocence about her, but there's also this fierceness to her, and it's such a great contrast. The last thing I really want to say is that the end of this book is so great because it's open-ended. It's left for interpretation. You don't know what to make of it. You get to make of it what you want to make of it, and that's what I really, really love. This book is really amazing. If it interests you, if the concept is good to you, then definitely pick it up. And I mean, just know that it's a slow book and there's not much action, but like I said, I would describe this as a quiet triumph. So that's all I have to say. This is definitely one of my favorite books of the year, so it's gonna make that into that list. Thank you for watching this, and I'll see you soon. Bye!